Hello and welcome. I'm a minute late. My internet was acting up a bit, and that's why just a tad late. Hopefully, we'll not have internet issues as the show goes on. And my subject for today, as the group stage comes to an end tomorrow, is this the Associates World Cup? That's what I'm asking. And obviously, all of us are following the Pakistan game. Pakistan 199 for three for Sahibzada Farhan once again coming to the rescue of Pakistan, and a fairly slow start from Namibia. 3.3 overs 24. They need some quick runs there. Pakistan, thanks to the 100 from Sahibzada Farhan and Shadab Khan's 36, managing to get close to 200 runs, 199 for three. Namibia, on the other hand, are at 28, 3.4 overs. So, can they mount a chase? We will have to wait and see. We will obviously keep an eye on that. We will also talk about the India game at 7 p.m. Will India experiment? Will India rest some key players? Is this India's final chance to kind of refine and fine tune and get it all ready? Gargi Raut will join me from Ahmedabad at 5:30 p.m. for the updates from in terms of fan build-up, and then obviously Gargi will join Ashok and will do her pre-match show from 6 p.m. So that's the next 1.5 hours for you. So you can absolutely be with us and enjoy. Coming to the Associates World Cup, I think it has been a terrific World Cup for Associates. When the World Cup was announced, people thought, "Arey, this will be a boring World Cup. People will, be pretty bad. These associate countries." None of us really gave them a chance, and uh, almost all of us thought this is a World Cup which will be extremely boring, at least for the first couple of weeks. And only then, from the Super 8 stage onwards, things will get a move on. But it hasn't been the case. It hasn't been the case at all. Take the take the number of matches. Let's take Pakistan versus Netherlands first. I thought Netherlands should have won that game. Max O'Dowd, had he not dropped that catch of Fahim Ashraf with a couple of overs to go, Pakistan 12 balls and 29 runs was the equation. I thought it was done. It was a done deal, and from there on, Pakistan went on to win because Fahim Ashraf smashed a few sixes. That Max O'Dowd catch could have settled it for the Netherlands. Pakistan really, really should have lost that game. They managed to win, but Netherlands did push Pakistan. India versus the US. I mean, I thought again, India came out of jail. Had Surya Kumar Yadav's catch been taken by Shubham Ranjane, it could have been curtains for India. At 77 for if they lost their seventh wicket at that point, and rather eighth wicket at that point, without Surya Kumar Yadav, he was on 10. He was, something like that, and there was absolutely no chance India would have been able to win that one. So the United States versus India, Netherlands versus Pakistan. I'm not including Zimbabwe in the mix because Zimbabwe has been a cricketing side of reasonable pedigree. But if you want to bring Zimbabwe into the mix, you are absolutely welcome. I will take questions. My usual viewers, Bidut Dash, freaking awesome, Fitbunk, all of you guys have already joined. I will take questions, but give me a little time. Let me first analyze, set it up, and then I will take questions. Uh, I coming to say one by one. I mean, every team has had their moment. I've already talked about the Netherlands. I've talked about the US. Take Italy. Italy winning that match against Nepal. I mean, that was a massive moment, and they look professional, by the way. The Mosca brothers. Tomorrow we will put out an interview with the Mosca brothers. Rohan has just done the interview today. Ben Manenti and the Manenti and Mosca brothers, they've been fabulous. I mean, Justin Mosca, think about the Ben Manenti innings against England, chasing 200 plus against a pedigreed team. You hit a 60 of 25 balls with six sixes. That was an innings of immense class from Ben Manenti, and at the Eden Gardens, not very small boundaries. Now it's reasonably small because the ropes have come in, but not that small either. So it's reasonable size cricket ground, and to clear against the English bowling, which is not not all rubbish, not dibbly dobbly nonsense. It's a serious bowling attack, England. And to get 60 of 25 balls, chasing 100 at 200 was an incredibly strong innings. Even Mosca, getting that 40 odd. Finally, Italy folding up for 178. That I thought was a commendable effort on the part of the Italians. Commendable effort on the part of the Italians. If you take the Italy versus Nepal match, come on, history was created. How many gave Italy a chance when they came into this World Cup? And remember, their captain lost out the first game itself when he broke his hand and he was out of the competition. So Italy has had a reasonably strong World Cup in that sense. Absolutely, one has to. And Namibia, 33 of 4.2. Lofty Eaton just got out. Jan Freiling got out of Salman Mirza. So Shaheen Afridi dropped, as Shomik Chakraborty had rightly done the story. Shaheen Afridi dropped by Pakistan, Salman Mirza coming into the side. So we've done Italy, we've talked about the US, we've talked about the Netherlands. These each of these sides have left a mark. Namibia, I thought, has been a little disappointing because one could have expected a bit more from Namibia. They did not really stand up against India. They started well up to the 60s, 70s before Varun Chakravarti came in. It was still a reasonable chase, but that's all. Today against Pakistan, again, in the first 6, 7 overs, they had kept the run rate around 7, 8. Up to the eighth over, it was around 60 odd. And then Sahibzada Farhan got a move on. And once Sahibzada Farhan kind of hit, Myberg for those 3 sixes in that over, game was done. Thereon, Pakistan got a real move on, and there was no stopping Pakistan. 200 runs is a lot. 200 runs in that wicket at the SSC, the last match at the SSC, by the way, is a lot of runs, and Pakistan will be home, and that will be the last team to make the Super 8. So Namibia, among all the associates, tad disappointing is what I will say, but most of the others have done well. Scotland, reasonably decent in patches, pushed England the other day. On the first day, they literally pushed the West Indies, 10 overs for 60 odd West Indies at one point. Then Shimron Hetmyer took the game away from Scotland. But the point that I'm trying to make is each of these associates have had their moments. Each of them, in patches, in parts, in some games, they've done really, really well. And coming to Zimbabwe, come on, boss. I mean, they have done the biggest upset of the World Cup. Who would have thought that it's Australia versus India at the Chepauk, 26th of February? Everybody planned for that, and now it's Zimbabwe versus India on the 26th of February at the Chepauk. Very few people would have given Zimbabwe a chance to go ahead of Australia, and they've done that, and they've done that based on merit. While a lot of people are not giving Zimbabwe a chance in the Super 8, this Zimbabwe under Sikandar Raza is a good side. Earlier they did not have good batters. Now they've got 3, 4. The bowling earlier, it was Hamilton Masakadza. Now, if you see, that's a decent attack. Richard Nargava, Blessing Muzarbani, Ryan Burl. They have a good attack, Zimbabwe. Good mix of pace, height, hit the deck. Blessing Muzarbani, 6, 8. And they've also got some good spin in Ryan Burl. So it is a decent side. Of course, Sikandar Raza. Sikandar Raza is a class act. Sikandar Raza in the T20 format is an absolute class act. Going around the world, all said and done, Zimbabwe has done brilliantly well. So when I look at the World Cup, when almost all of us have said, it starts on the 7th, it's a boring 2 weeks, from the 7th to the 20th, 14 days of pretty boring action, and it will be really from the Super 8 stage that things will come alive. It has not been the case. It has not been the case. And ICC deserve a decent amount of credit and a pat on the back that they've nurtured this. They've actually nurtured this and nurtured this decently well. Now the point is, when you have momentum, something that Monang Patel had actually said, that you need more games, you need more tournaments, you need more matches, you need more competitions, you need more meat. So I think the ICC has enough to see that if you give the associate countries backing, if you give them funding, if you give them more money, if you give them more infrastructural support, these countries have the ability to turn a new leaf. Absolutely, these countries have the ability to turn a new leaf. No question that they are good enough. And that's where kind of brings me to the fact that Pakistan's boycott of India looked bloody silly, because this is where the money comes from. These associate member countries, get their money from an India-Pakistan match. They get their money from that's where the deal is. They get their money from an India Pakistan match. They get their money from the ICC revenue. So all said and done, you have to understand this, that for world cricket to become strong, for world cricket to grow from strength to strength, you would need these associate member countries to do well. You would need these countries to gain further momentum. You would need these countries to gain support. You need them to have more infrastructural support. You need them to have more really proper support as far as these countries are concerned. And that's where an India Pakistan match becomes really really crucial, because you would want them to have that extra kind of backing, and that's where a Pakistan versus India match becomes that important. So I do think the associate member countries reasonably well have done reasonably well, and there are big markets. Nepal, for example, it is a top quality cricket market. If it is nurtured well, Nepal can be a significant cricket market going forward. The craze for women's cricket, the craze for men's cricket, it is solid. It is absolutely solid as far as Nepal is concerned. So if you look around this World Cup, you will realize what I'm talking about, and that this World Cup has been a success as far as the associate member countries are concerned. And I'm quite pleased. I'm quite pleased that this development, that the way the associate member countries are concerned, I'm extremely pleased. And by the way, Namibia, they've lost their second wicket. Lofty Eaton run out Salman Aga for five. So 5 overs for 39, 2 wickets down. Namibia. Pakistan will win this one, and one can expect that Pakistan will win this one. They've scored 199. They will make it to the Super 8 stage. Coming back to the associates, I thought overall the picture is quite strong for cricket, because you need more countries to adapt the game. You need more countries to play the game at a reasonably decent standard. You need more of these countries to become competitive. A Netherlands pushing Pakistan, a USA pushing India, a Nepal pushing England. That match, for example, Nepal should have won. I mean, Sam Curran nailing Yorker after Yorker in that final over, and that's where the game was decided in favor of England. Otherwise, Nepal would have absolutely won that match against England. So that is another country. That is another country that one needs to keep an eye on. Now, kind of moving on to the Pakistan game first and setting up the Super 8. So now we have our Super 8 teams: South Africa, New Zealand, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, all reasonably strong sides. Who are my semi-finalists is what we will discuss and debate. And from this group, it's India, Zimbabwe, West Indies, and South Africa. If you take a look at this particular group now, India, South Africa, Zimbabwe, and the West Indies, you have to say yes, Zimbabwe is the surprise dark horse in this particular group. South Africa, according to me, has started to look extremely good. If you look at that South African side, Lungi Ngidi, Kagiso Rabada, Marco Janssen, you've got spin, you've got solid spin there, you've got multiple all-round ability players there, you've got really good hitters of the cricket ball in Dewald Brevis, in Tristan Stubbs, in Aiden Markram. South Africa does look a really, really good side. I will say South Africa should beat the Zimbabweans and should beat the West Indies and make the semi-finals. So last T20 World Cup, it was India versus South Africa final. From this particular group, I will put my money on India and South Africa to make it to the semi-finals. So India absolutely looking the part. What am I looking for in terms of experimentation tonight? 3 changes for me, or 2 at least. One, Washington Sundar for me should come in. Washington Sundar should come in for anyone. I would even be tempted to drop Kuldeep Yadav, because Kuldeep Yadav possibly will not play in the knockout stage. India will go in with the 2 spinners, Akshar Patel and Varun Chakravarti. So keeping that in mind, I would be tempted to drop Kuldeep Yadav. I will rest Jasprit Bumrah and give Arshdeep Singh a game, because it is absolutely essential that Arshdeep Singh is in top shape. Arshdeep Singh is in top shape ahead of the Super 8 stage. So I would make 2 or 3 changes for tonight. I would want Abhishek Sharma to get a hit in. Abhishek Sharma, from practice, from what Rohit Juglan, Shubhan and Gargi have been telling me, was practicing the big shots. Yet again, he will have the license to kill. He will be given the freedom by the team management, despite the 2 consecutive ducks, to go out there and express himself strong and hard. he will be given the license to really play his shots. Absolutely no problem. That's how the Indian team template is. Abhishek Sharma will be given the license to hit. So that's something that will happen. Ishan Kishan is in top notch form. I don't see any reason why Ishan Kishan should be changed or anything changes there. And thereafter, you want Tilak Verma to try and play a little faster, get a move on, score some runs. Ahmedabad will be a good batting wicket. The difference between the matches that India has played, Colombo, slowish wicket, Turner, the spinners did come into the party. Bombay, the first game, India's game was not expected. That wicket was doing quite a bit as far as the bowlers are concerned. So India did not expect that kind of a track in Mumbai. So that will also be a bit of a change. So India in Ahmedabad will want to get a 200 plus score, much like the Namibia game. Get a hit in, get Tilak Verma into some real quality run scoring form. Get Hardik Pandya to score some runs. Push him up if necessary. Give him the number 5 slot, and ask him to come and hit some balls. Take a bit of time if he needs. Not the try to hit out in the first ball, and take it from there, because it's not a bad idea for Hardik Pandya to kind of spend some time in the crease, because this India team has not peaked. This Indian side absolutely has not peaked. Abhishek Sharma hasn't scored. Hardik Pandya hasn't scored many runs. And ahead of the World Cup, these were your two gun players. Abhishek Sharma, many predicted this is his World Cup, and Hardik Pandya was monster in chief in that sense. So you know these two players haven't really come good, and yet you can see India has looked extremely strong. The spin is looking good with Varun Chakravarti and Akshar Patel. Kuldeep Yadav is a very good backup. You can play him at any point in time. Suppose you play a semi-final against Pakistan once again in Colombo, Kuldeep Yadav is your Pakistan specialist, and he will come into the party straight up. There's no problem whatsoever with Kuldeep Yadav coming into the party. And in the fast bowling department, you have a Jasprit Bumrah who looked beautiful with the straight ball, with the first spell burst that he showed us against Pakistan. So Indian bowling, Hardik Pandya, Jasprit Bumrah, Arshdeep Singh needs to get a game. Indian bowling is looking good. So these are the kind of changes I see from India for tonight. I do see India qualifying. I see with this Indian side, even if you had a bad day, you will win. That's the quality that this side has, and that's the quality that makes Gautam Gambhir's team one of the favorites. So my 2 points from this group will be India and South Africa. South Africa ahead of Zimbabwe, but in Zimbabwe again, Sikandar Raza and his team well capable of causing an upset. But I think South Africa just too good to fail this time round. They will make the semi-finals, is my hunch. And the fourth team, West Indies, is the dark horse. If there is one team which every other side will be slightly wary about, that is the West Indies. Look at Sherfane Rutherford. Look at somebody like a Shimron Hetmeyer. The bowling too, Akil Hossain and company. The bowling too has started to come good for the West Indies. Fielding is a bit patchy. They have a Romario Shepherd with the ball and an all-round ability as well. So today you can, yes, somebody says try Siraj, freaking awesome. You can try Siraj, but I would say, so do you want to go with Siraj and Bumrah? I would say a left arm is actually better. So try Arshdeep Singh again. Arshdeep Singh again, give him another game, give him more game time, is my suggestion. But I would say West Indies, if you take a look at this group, the semi-final lineup, I would say the West Indies could well be the dark horse. India plays West Indies at the Eden Gardens. West Indies has already played at the Eden Gardens, and that could help the West Indies. The fact that West Indies will play at the Eden Gardens and played a game already will help the West Indies. They will have a clear idea of the conditions on offer, what Shujonda is offering in terms of a wicket. And this is a good West Indian T20 side. A lot of these fellows, Rovman Paul, Shimron Hetmans, Sherfane Rutherford, Akil Hossain, these guys play T20 cricket around the world. They know the dynamics of this particular format. They have enormous ability. Sherfane Rutherford to clear, Shimron Hetmeyer to clear, Brendan King at the top of the order with Shea Hope. That's a damn good batting attack, along with a Rovman Powell and a Roston Chase. Look at that batting attack and you will know that 2016, all of us remember what happened in Mumbai with the Indian team. All of us remember that Ravichandran Ashwin no ball and Lendl Simmons taking that match away from India on the occasion of the 2016 T20 World Cup. So keep that in mind. Absolutely keep that in mind, that it could well be It could well be a very, very closely contested Super 8 group with India, West Indies, South Africa, and Zimbabwe. People will say that Zimbabwe are here, the weaklings here, but the kind of effort they have shown in defeating Australia, if they do cause an upset, anything can go haywire in this particular group. But my call, like I said, I will say India and South Africa are the two teams that will go through to the semi-finals with. But don't be surprised if West Indies pulls off an upset. Now moving to the other group, Siddhartha Talukdar. Boria, you're doing a great job. 2028 Olympic qualification doc release. Can you do a shown explainer and which Indians realistically qualify in each sport? Absolutely, I will. And frankly, you can say it from now. You don't read the qualification doc. You motamoti know, because if you follow your Olympic sport, nothing much has changed. For example, shooting, nothing much has changed. Baddy, nothing much. Hockey, what the pattern is for the Indian sports. That is, the qualifiers will start. That post November, for example, at the World Championship in Doha this year for shooting, I think it's 5th or 16th of November. I will go. I've already told Rohan that I will possibly go to Doha for the, because there will be quotas available, Siddhartha. There will be quotas available, and I will go. Neil, put the super chat. No, when I'm taking the super chat, what's the reason of not putting the super chat on air? Just put the super chat on air. So Siddhartha, we will travel to maximum places, and absolutely will. Let the World Cup kind of simmer down, but very valid question. And we will do loads, not just on the Olympic qualification. We will do a lot, in terms of the Commonwealth Games, in terms of Asian Games, in terms of so much will happen with multi-sport this year, that make no mistake, there will be a lot of shows and a lot of work done. A lot of shows and a lot of work done, Siddhartha. So we will. I can tell you from now. Let me give you the shooting example so you know. Take rifle, enormous amount of talent. Take men's rifle, Arjun Babuta and Rudransh Balasab Patil at this point stand the best chance. In pistol, you have Shamrat Rana, who's doing phenomenally well during the World Championship and onwards. Among women, you have so much talent in pistol, man. I mean, Manu Bhakar, Esha Singh, obviously Inder Singh, Suruchi. You have tremendous amount of talent in pistol. You have 25 in the 25-meter pistol. You have Manu, you have Esha. Uh, it's a great kind of talent there as well. In the mixed team, again, brilliant. In the women's rifle, sorry, which I missed. Ella Vanil Valerivan is in the form of her life at this point. So if you take the mixed teams, India has tremendous amount of talent with pistol and rifle both. You could pair Ella with Arjun. You can pair somebody like an Esha or a Manu or a Suruchi with Samrat. You have tremendous amount of talent there. So no debate, no debate. This Indian shooting contingent is tremendous. I will do something on this. Coming back to cricket, I was talking about the other group, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, New Zealand, and Pakistan, Sri Lanka, New Zealand, and England. In Sri Lanka, where the wickets are going to help spin, where the wickets are turning and the ball is gripping, I would say it's Pakistan and Sri Lanka, according to me, who do have a chance. In normal circumstances, I would have said it's England and New Zealand against these two teams. But because the conditions, Sri Lankan conditions, and by the way, Namibia are 49 for 4, so it's more or less done. It's more or less done. Shadab Khan picking up a wicket, so Pakistan does go through. In normal circumstances, I would have said England and New Zealand. New Zealand still has quality spinners, whether it's a Glenn Phillips, whether it is a Mitch Santner, whether it is all of these guys. New Zealand does. So does England. So does England with Adil Rashid, who's a beautiful bowler. But I'd still say in Sri Lankan conditions, knowing the conditions very well, a Pathum Disanka in that kind of form, that Sri Lankan side, Kusal Mendis in really good form, 350s in 3 games. You have to say that uh, I do think Sri Lanka is going to be the side. Pakistan will play all of their games in conditions which they now know really well. Now all the matches will be at the Premadasa wicket is going to help spin. So I will say Pakistan too has a chance with that kind of a spin attack. They have a Shadab, they have an Abrar, though Abrar's not playing today. They have an Usman Tariq, they have a Sai Mayub, they have a Salman Agha, they have a Mohammad Nawaz. So Pakistan, 4 or 5 quality spinners. So I think there is, that's a big chance for Pakistan there. Prashanjit Mitro, news doing the rounds. You're talking about the age report that is as big a bullshit as you can possibly talk about. ICC pulling the Champions Trophy and pulling the 2031 World Cup. On what basis is this copy coming? I think Gargi is joining me. Yes, from Ahmedabad. I will go to her in a second. So I think this age report has very little meaning. Gargi, what's the build-up like? What's going on? Expect
I
decent
will show
turnout?
you.
Show
I
me.
will show you because it's quite interesting how many people have turned up. We're still 2 hours, 1.5 hours away from the game. Yet, if you look at the build-up, the amount of queue that's outside of the stadium, you will see a sea of people.
Bapre, this is India, Netherlands. This is not anything else. Hey, Neil, আমাকে ছোট কর. Put this full screen. Put Ahmedabad full screen, Neil. Wow, man. This is tremendous. अरे उल्टो कर रहे भाई. Yeah. Yes, Gargi, over to you.
Have you asked me something?
Yeah, I'm saying over to you. Talk me through this.
Okay, so what is that Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma have retired from T20I cricket a long time back. World Cup where Surya Kumar Yadav is where Surya Kumar Yadav. कोई दिक्कत नहीं. What was I saying? Yeah, Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma are not here anymore. But all the jerseys, as you can tell, are Virat Kohli 18, Rohit Sharma. They are the most popular jerseys. That tells you how much people love Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma. But another interesting thing here is after Rohit and Virat, if there's one jersey that I have been seeing all around, it is Abhishek Sharma. So, and people will be making. Yes, good. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Go on. This is lovely. Abhishek Sharma. So interesting, huh? Ahead of Surya Kumar Yadav and everybody else.
Very interesting. See, you can see Hardik Pandya, you can see Abhishek Sharma. So this is what it is.
But this is serious. Netherlands game, if you get this kind of crowd. So for the Super 8 against South Africa, the stadium will be full on the 26th.
I mean, exactly that's what I'm thinking about. And I was so afraid of the fact that when I step out, I will not be able to get any internet, I will not be able to get any place to stand. And we're still, like I said, 1.5 hours away from the game. So can you even imagine what will happen when we're close to 7 o'clock? I hope you can see.
People are asking, will Siraj and Washington play today? Freaking Awesome is asking you. They need some game time. This is bloody serious crowd. Look at that crowd. It's all a sea of blue with Indian flags. Great visuals, Gargi Rao. Are you expecting multiple changes? What's your team? Are you expecting 2 or 3 changes, which is what I had predicted? Gargi, if you can hear me. Gargi, if you can hear me, are you expecting multiple changes in the Indian team today?
I am. Press conference. Let me just turn the camera around. Give me 1 second. Okay, yeah. Siddharth Kodak actually hinted at a few experiments in the playing 11. Not experiments, but changes. Asked about the fact that this is relatively low pressure game. He said that we don't undermine any of the opponents. We might see something he somewhat hinted at a Jasprit Bumrah. That's slightly change that you would possibly see. Mohammad Siraj coming back. Another answer to the Siddharth Kodak mentioning Mohammad Siraj and the fact that he's excited to play whenever he gets an opportunity. So connecting those dots, I think the most likely to change you're going to see.
And Washington Sundar, is he getting a game? Washington Sundar, possibly. Will Washington Sundar get a game?
I haven't heard anything about that yet specifically, but he was at the practice session yesterday. One of the only 7 members that showed up for the practice session, Surya Kumar Yadav was there for test the weekend. perhaps one of the only three matches that we played so far that the management saying we can look at the wicket and then decide the playing 11 and not we did not say that we're going to put our best 11 we're going to condition and get decide the playing 11 which makes me think that maybe someone like a question comes in like Mohammad Siraj will come back in after.
Gargi, again, your audio is a bit problematic and patchy because of the internet or whatever. But these are fabulous visuals. Your audio is slightly problematic because it's kind of coming and going. But these are lovely visuals coming in from Ahmedabad. Gargi Raut, once again, couple of questions. If you can hear me, you know, India now in Ahmedabad from the 16th onwards till the 23rd. Now that should really help them to train, gain practice, proper practice, multiple look-ins to the stadium. They will be ready for the Super 8 game against South Africa, which is possibly the toughest hurdle for India in the Super 8 stage. But to stay in Ahmedabad for 7 straight days should help India. Gargi.
Can you please repeat the question? It's quite loud here.
Yeah, I'm saying the fact that India will be in Ahmedabad for 7 straight days, 16th to the 22nd, that should be a big boost for India ahead of the Super 8s because South Africa is the toughest hurdle. Okay, I think Gargi's internet has conked off a bit. Neil, just make me full screen when she joins back. Get her on. So the question I was asking Gargi Rao is India, will be in Ahmedabad station for about 7 days, and I think that's the case. That is the case because India will get a lot of benefit because they will have excellent understanding of the conditions. It is a high-scoring ground. They will have a clear understanding of the whole the Ahmedabad Narendra Modi Stadium. It's just that when you think of Ahmedabad and that 19th November keeps coming back. For whatever reason, every time I think of Ahmedabad, the 19th November story keeps coming back. Yes, Gargi is just lost internet. If she gets it back, we will get her back. Doesn't matter. So that's the kind of India scenario. So and the other group that I was working on, I think Pakistan and Sri Lanka. Given that Pakistan will play all its games in Colombo, they will have a real chance. Anyone who says Pakistan will not have a chance, I don't think is doing it right because Pakistan with that attack, if Sahibzada Farhan comes good with the bat, they are over reliant on Sahibzada Farhan. But if Sahibzada Farhan comes good with the bat, Pakistan does have a decent chance because that spin attack of Usman Tariq, of Tabrar, of Mohammad Nawaz, of Nefe or whoever, of Shadab Khan and Salman Aga is a good enough spin attack for Sri Lankan conditions. So I will give Sri Lanka and Pakistan a chance, and then are we expecting another India-Pakistan clash possibly at semi-final stage in Sri Lanka? That could well be the case because Pakistan in Sri Lankan conditions, in tracks where the ball will keep low, slow down a little bit, spinners will come into the party, has an opportunity. I still think hierarchy-wise, it will be Sri Lanka, Pakistan, New Zealand, England in that order for me. In T20 cricket, anything can happen. Anything can actually happen, but I would say that's my order. Sri Lanka playing on home soil, really good form. You have seen the way Pathum Nissanka demolished Australia. You have seen the way Kusal Mendes demolished Australia. You will have to give them a solid chance. Sri Lanka. Pakistan will have number 2 according to me, and thereafter it will be New Zealand, England. New Zealand any day can cause an upset, has always punched above their weight in World Cup. So I will not be surprised if New Zealand make it. But I will say India, South Africa, Pakistan, Sri Lanka with an asterisk on New Zealand are my 4 semi-finalists. New Zealand will come in. That's the kind of semi-final lineup now that Super 8 stage is almost done. Pakistan will take a lot of momentum out of this game, scoring 200 and then reducing Namibia quite cheaply. Within the first 10 overs, the game was done. So Pakistan will take a lot of heart out of this particular game. Again, knowing the conditions, being in that country for a good 16, 17 days will help Pakistan quite a bit going into the Super 8 stage. That's the kind of scenario that I see going into the Super 8 stage. Gargi Raut will be joining with her pre-show, and I will ask her to get to a better internet zone. Let me see if I can get her back, or I will I will continue with the Ranji Trophy a little bit. Somebody has asked me, Arvind Atreus have asked me about Abhimanyu Ishwaran. I think he's done. I think Abhimanyu Ishwaran will now not even make it to the India A team. Because if you take the knockouts, and this is pure performance, if you do not score in the knockouts, if you do not score in high pressure situations, then it's not possible for you to break into the Indian team. I know Abhimanyu Ishwaran was part of the setup for a good 4 5 years, but each time he's got that opportunity at the highest level, India A in Australia, unfortunately for Abhimanyu, he has not been able to score. This Ranji game, it was the golden opportunity for Bengal. You're playing at home, you're playing in Kalyani, you know that condition very well. Gargi has joined me again. I think she's walking briskly. Can you hear? This is a much better internet. Take it over. Show me around. Show me what you have.
I'll tell you one thing. Once you go in, it's very difficult to come out, okay? Because there's just one gate, as we all know, and all the lanes have been opened up for entry. So anyone who's trying to get out has to fight a huge crowd because they've already been queued up for a very long time. But I'll show you the road right now where I'm at, and this is the amount of crowd that's still coming in. And from over there, you can see how jam-packed that entire area is. So I'm quite impressed at the amount of crowd that showed up. This happened back in Delhi as well when I thought, oh, it's an India-Namibia game. And we all thought that it would be, that game wouldn't sell out, but it was completely jam-packed. And that seems to be the case here as well. You can see the amount of people that are going in. And it tells you that when it comes to the Indian team, people will always show up. And some of the more impressive grounds have been obviously Kolkata as well, where, Twitter Boria, a lot of people are praising the Kolkata crowd for showing up for games of the Associate Nations as well. So this is very nice to see that even for the T20 World Cup and everyone saying that it's irrelevant, it happens every 2 years, this is the amount of crowd that shows up.
Yeah, this is brilliant. I mean, absolutely brilliant. And I can see young people behind you, some little kids going, which is great to see. People, men, women, children, everyone going in to support India. So, are you expecting, you were there at the practice, are you expecting a high scoring one today? India could well get 200 plus. Could, Hardik Pandya, for example, Abhishek Sharma, for example, needing some runs? Your thoughts?
I think everyone's eyes will be on Abhishek Sharma, 2 ducks so far. And one of the matches he had to miss because of an illness. At the same time, when you look at Abhishek Sharma in the nets, nothing has changed. He's looked as good as he has been for the past 6 months or so. And in yesterday's practice session as well, he was hitting very clean, big shots. Every shot that he was hitting was ending up in the stands. So that tells you just how good Abhishek Sharma is looking. We know that he lost a little bit of weight. He lost about 6 kgs. And when you saw those interviews, those videos of him as well, you could see that he looks slightly leaner than before. But at the same time, if you talk about his power, his hitting, nothing's changed. I don't think there's anything to be concerned about. But yes, local boy, Hardik Pandya, like I said, Virat Kohli, Rohit Sharma, the most famous jersey here, the most popular one. But at number 3, it's Hardik Pandya for sure. Everyone's wearing a 33. And the crowd loves Hardik Pandya. Even in that last game, as well in Colombo, because we were in the stands together, so everyone kept talking about how Hardik Pandya is so cool, has so much aura. Have you heard of that word, Dorian?
Absolutely. He does have the aura. He does have the he's that alpha
male. Aura farming was the statement.
When Sahibzada Farhan hit the ball up, Hardik Pandya did not even turn back. He just kept looking straight because he knew Rinku Singh is under the ball. He's got that kind of very, I am in control kind of alpha male syndrome in Hardik Pandya, which is in a high pressure situation, great to see. But Gargi, one thing, India, for example, US game, batted first. Pakistan match, batted first. Namibia match, batted first. Do you expect India, if they win the toss? I think we've lost Gargi again. I was about to ask her that if you reckon India wins the toss, would they bowl first? Because that's quite a possibility, because India has batted first in all the games so far. It would not be a bad idea to kind of bowl first on this one. Let me take Srimonto's question. 14 former captains and a few journos feeling for Imran Khan, not India. He's a pest. Simonto, what tells you you are more Indian than me? I'm feeling for Imran Khan. I've written a column today, 14 captains and a lot of us as well. What makes you feel you are more Indian? India, not India. Who the hell says you are more Indian than me? Who tells you that you are more Indian than any one of us? You are as much India. Yes, you can, but I'm as much India as you are. So who says India is not feeling this way? For us, Imran Khan will be a cricketing legend, and we will. And Gargi is back. The question that I was asking you, India has batted first in all the three games. If they do win the toss, do you reckon India might just want to chase, Gargi? Because Pakistan match, what is she doing? She's trying to play hide and seek, coming, going, coming, going. If you get her back, Neil, last 4-5 minutes on the show, like I was answering Srimonto, I don't think this is the right approach. I do think I understand where you are coming from, but I do think Imran Khan deserves better treatment. It's basic human. Anil Kumar, I think BCCI should make a world-class stadium in Nepal and co-host some matches with Nepal. It will be a great boost. That's actually a good question. Whether you can co-host a match, I don't know, but Nepal cricket is something that is definitely to be boosted. Gargi, one question, because before I kind of let you go, I know you have your 6 p.m. show. India has batted first in all the games so far, in all three games. If they win the toss, would you chase because you would want your batters to get that feel also, or you're okay with batting first because chase India has done well in the past?
I think they would want to bat first. I still think that it is going into an important game. South Africa will be a tough team. Will be a good contest, and ahead of that match, I think the batters would want to get a gauge of the conditions out there as well. So I think the toss and bat first. That's the best thing that could happen for Team India. They've been able to win a lot of games that way. Doesn't matter whether they win the toss or lose it, but if they're batting first, they've been able to produce some real good results. Have been able to put the pressure on the opposition, which is why I think they bat first.
Okay, so final question to you. Your pick for today, are we scoring 225 if we bat first? Is it going to be one of those India statements, or what are you expecting?
I still think it's not that it's in paradise, but at the same time, I do want to see India put up a good score. You want to see a good contest happening. Not that Netherlands will be able to come and chase down a 200 total or something, but if India bats first, it's a good opportunity first for Abhishek Sharma to go out there and get some runs under his belt in the World Cup. And then, of course, we want to see some finishing prowess from the lower order as well. I think I predict around 212 runs.
Are Bapre, 212 says Gargi Raut, and her maths coming into the fore again. By the way, how is the weather? Is it nice weather? Not
Hot.
too hot?
Hot.
Is it hot?
It's hot here in Ahmedabad. And the funny thing is, when we landed in Ahmedabad, it was 8 a.m. in the morning. And I got out of the airport and I said to Shubhayan and Rohit, "Oh, it's so pleasant here. I wasn't expecting it to be this pleasant and breezy and nice." And they said, "Wait till it hits 11 a.m." And I was like, "Nah, it's so nice here." And it got so hot after that. I take my words back. It's not pleasant in Ahmedabad. It's very hot.
Okay, I see something being sold behind you. I'll let you go and explore, keeping your health consciousness aside. Look at that guy. That guy is waving at you, I think. He's waving at someone. So I'll let you go there and explore the next. He's selling water. Be safe. Have your hydration. Enjoy the game and do your pre-match well. All the very best. I'll close the show on that. Srimanto, thank you very much for kind words. Just be a little kind. That's all. I mean, it's basic human trait, right? I mean, it doesn't help to be human. Full packed stadium today, Rupayan Gohon, I doubt it. 100 and whatever 1,000 people, full packed stadium, I really doubt it. I don't think there will be a full packed stadium. But I do think 40,000-50,000 people will turn up because tickets were available. This is a good game to watch. No pressure. India has played really well. India should win or looks likely to win, very likely to win. All my reporters, Gargi Raut, Shubhan Chakraborty, Rohit Juglan, all of them there. We will bring you everything. We will bring you all the updates from Ahmedabad. I think the Super 8 match against South Africa will be an absolute sellout. Let me end the show saying Bengal and how much for Bengal, it was a lost opportunity. Abhimanyu Ishwaran, this is your opportunity. For God's sake, you need to score in knockout games to push open the doors. You don't score in knockout games. Yet again, an opportunity lost. You got a first innings lead thanks to Mohammad Shami's 8 for, and thereafter 99 all out Bengal in the second innings, game done. And today, after those 3 wickets, 71 for 4 Jammu and Kashmir, Akashdeep in that 1 over, leg side, leg by, then that hit over mid wicket for 6 by Abdul Samad, another same pull for from Abdul Samad. I think 18 or 19 runs in that over, and in that 1 over the game was done. Akashdeep conceding those many number of runs when you are defending 128, that's when Jammu and Kashmir nailed it. But tremendous from them. Ajay Sharma creating some good vibes in Jammu and Kashmir. Paras Dogra, Abdul Samad, Akib Nabi. This is a side that is about to create history. They will face the formidable Karnataka side, and possibly in Karnataka could be a Chinnaswamy game. We will keep an eye. Bharat Ramraj will cover it for you. But one has to say Karnataka will be favorites. But what a story Jammu and Kashmir is. And that's the kind of story you would want. Feeling sad for Shami, says Rupayangu Honiogi. All of us are. And but Mohammad Shami has done extremely well in this Ranji season. With the New Zealand tour coming up later on in the year, one needs to see where he goes. I'll end there. I'll leave you for now. Gargi Raut will be joining you from Ahmedabad with the crowd and for her pre-match show at 6 p.m. Join her then. Until then, for the next 15 odd minutes, have a cup of tea and join us back at 6 p.m. Thanks very much for watching.